Bonjour. Saturday. Again, I didn't go for a run during the week. Sore knee, lots of preparations for this. So I'm here, I'm running somewhere different. You might notice that it's sunny, but unlike previously, it's warm too. So I'll leave you guessing briefly and we'll see what we see. Onward. That's right, Toto. We're not in Scotland anymore. Je suis en France. And the weather's much nicer here than it is at home. Well, is it? Warmer. Warmer is what it is. Depends what you like. They've had a run of bad weather as well. But I've turned up bang on time. So, it's very rural around here. So I'm running a big loop on roads that aren't very busy, but the French tend not to get out of your way or to go around you, so I say, as readily as they do at home. So I need to keep my wits about me. So only a couple of miles in, still climbing. I'll climb up over this plateau, down the other side, into a valley, follow the valley all the way down to Saint-Antonin, Nobleval, and then come out the other side and back up, back over the plateau to the house. See what we see. So, if you can't read French, which I'm not the best, but all along here in the wood next to me to my right, little signs saying that réservé de chasse et de faune sauvage, which is telling me, especially at this time of year, well, on a day like today, an Easter weekend, I should probably be careful because France hunting, especially around here, is a big deal. Apparently it's not as big a deal as it used to be, but the chasse have a lot of sway, and unlike at home where you think of people going out hunting being toffs or wish they were toffs, going out blasting up the countryside for sport, around here it's very egalitarian. Everybody does it. There have, though, recently, in the last few months, been quite a lot of accidents. People being shot in their cars as they go past. People shot in their back gardens. It's not, like a war zone, but it does happen. And I think a lot of it is people aren't trained very well in the use of their firearms or in how they should comport themselves. But what it does mean, though, is there's a lot of woods around here. It's very rural, but it's very relaxed. It's not heavily farmed, and so you get lots of fields like this that are just left to grass and meadow, and lots of trees. I just wouldn't necessarily go walking through all of them. I might get shot. That's us over the plateau, down the other side into the next valley, and now through those trees ahead I will turn left, head down towards Saint-Antonin. This is a busier road and I need to keep my eyes and ears open, but last time I did this, which granted was about 5 years ago, it wasn't too busy. So hopefully we'll be okay. And there's one or two things that we might see on the way. Hopefully. onwards. So we started this video with a view of a chateau, and now we're a quarter of a way in. There's another one. The difference being, the first chateau we saw, Chateau de Connaisson, is a private chateau. It's privately owned. You can't visit. This one is open to the public, so you can visit this one, Chateau de Casse. Yeah, gotta keep my wits about me though, out on the road. Only 7k to Saint-Antonin, so on we go. Not far from Saint-Antonin, we come across that mad wee place at the side of the road, which I really like. There's a lot of that around here. It's a really run down, probably was once very busy, but since like a lot of places, since the traffic doesn't come through here anymore, a lot of this stuff no longer exists. But you've got all these ghost signs, run down old buildings, things that once were, and yet at the same time there's a lot of very well maintained houses around here, and I don't know what these people do for jobs, because I don't suppose there's that much work around here apart from farming, the tourist industry, which has been beaten the last few years because of COVID. You do get a lot of foreigners like me buying these old properties because they're relatively cheap, because really the French people don't want them. They want to be where the work is, like everybody else, and probably want to be in a newer house, but they do have charm, although they are full of insects and spiders. One of the more wonderful things about rural France is that they have not chopped down all the big trees that shade the roads. So this time of year it's not casting that much shade, but they're still welcome. At home I think most of these have been chopped down, long gone. Because of health and safety, I don't know. You might crash into them and die, who knows. Which is probably true. If you hit one of these at speed, you wouldn't last very long, I don't think, but I'm grateful for them anyway. In Saint-Antonin-Nobleval now. Pretty wee place. It's quite quiet today, although it looks quite busy. Lots of cars, lots of people knocking about. It's lunchtime. But tomorrow, this place will be insane. And if you're lucky, I'll show you if I'm not too absolutely worn out. But that's us halfway. So I'm now going to head back uphill and back over the plateau, back down the other side into the next valley, and then up to the house. What a gorgeous day. I don't think we'll meet many other people on the road. I've seen a few cyclists actually, and quite a lot of motorbikes, because why wouldn't you? Fabulous. Anyhow, get myself buttoned up and get going. Climbing back out the gorge now. You can maybe see it behind me, the cliffs. If you ever come here, it's worth coming down to Saint-Antonin and renting a kayak or a canoe and going for a paddle down the Aveyron. It's good fun. Loads of people do it. It's perfectly safe. There's no mad rapids or anything. I try to do it once a year. Mild bit of adventure. And somewhere on my YouTube channel is a video of us going down the Aveyron in a kayak. Anyway, labouring up this hill now. And if you wanted to see any more of Saint-Antonin, British film was made here. The 100-foot Journey, I think it was called. Has Helen Mirren in it. About some Indian immigrant family that come to a made-up place, but they filmed a lot of it here, set up a restaurant. It's a good film, it's worth a watch. Anyway, I struggle to breathe and talk, so onward. This climb out the gorge is relentless, knackered, and I just came around the corner down there and stood in the middle of the road was a deer, and got my phone out, got the video on, zoomed it in. We stood there staring at each other. Eventually she got off the road, went into the trees, and then another one came out and crossed the road. And I was like, yes, brilliant. Turned around, stopped the video, only to find I hadn't started it. Oh, so disappointed because it was so good. Anyway, still slogging up this hill. Oh my goodness. Onward. So behind me, down this road, there's another thing. You might be able to see the road sign. Another thing this area is famous for is Stone Age remains. And up that road you will find La Grotte de Bosque. It's only open during the season, so it's probably not open just now. But it's a fantastic little cave complex. You can see all kinds of things. Cavemen used to live there. Brilliant. Onward. Oh, we're at the top of the plateau. And it is warm up here. But we're going down soon. So down into the next valley. And then we have to climb back up to the house. All the fun of the fair. At home, when there's a field with cows in, there's usually all kinds of elaborate fences and walls and things to keep them in, to keep me out. In France, especially around here, quite often all you'll find is a single string of wire. And that's it. Look at the size of them. But it keeps them in. Gotta love the French. Another thing I love, hope you just saw it on that tree, this time of the year with the trees not having too many leaves on them, is that you can see all of the mistletoe. That tree is dripping in it. It's amazing. I love it. Because later in the year you won't see that. Trees will be too green. And I'm just going over a wee bridge. This is the little river that cuts this valley, the Say. And I say each of these valleys has a wee river cutting through it. They all go down tributaries of the Aveyron, and then they join that great river and follow it to the sea. Now I'm going to run along this valley for a wee while and then head up the hill to the house. Behind me is the Abbaye de Beaulieu, which you can't really see. I've not bothered trying to show it to you because it's covered in scaffolding. It's no longer an abbey, a working abbey. It's a museum and an art gallery, and it's currently being restored. So if you come down this way, hopefully they'll be finished and you can visit. I'm nearly home. Let's keep going. I'm cream crackered. I decided to walk for a minute because I'm pooped. But basically, my house is at the top of this hill. It's good timing because I'm just about out of water and I'm done in. It's 20 miles. I've done 21, 22 by the time I finish. And a well-earned sit down, I think. On y va. Sunday. I'm back out on the road. Very tired legs. Slightly sore head, weirdly. And we're heading back to St Antonin. market day. So I'm going to run back the way I came home yesterday and hopefully meet everybody there, do some shopping, come home again. Yeah, it's hard to get up and get going when you're already sore, but it's all part of the training. Get some miles in these weary legs and see what we see. As we never got to see it properly yesterday in the video, it's the Abbaye de Beaulieu. And it undergoing its renovations, so you can see it's covered in scaffold and digging up things. And interestingly though, there's a duck pond there, like a fish pond, that has a couple of swans on it. They clip the wings, the swans don't go away. And the swans are still there, I can see them, you probably can't. But anyway, lovely place. Once it's open again, you should come and have a look. You can hear that. There's a little pond behind me. And all the little amphibians are going crazy. You hear it a lot around here in little ponds. You can hear it from the house at night. Coming from down the hill, I think. It makes me laugh. Funny little noises. Anyway, got to get up this hill now. So let's go. We're up on the top of the plateau and I can see the gorge from here. Still got about 4 or 5 miles to go. Here's a lovely morning. There are some clouds on the horizon. We're looking forward to maybe some thundery showers by Wednesday, but it's beautiful today. So I'm just taking my time because I'll probably get to Saint-Antonin by about 11 o'clock. Market closes at about 1:30, but La Famille aren't going to arrive until about 11:30. So I'll have to entertain myself for a while. Anyway, until then, much like the littlest hobo, I'll just keep moving on. Hey, heading down into the gorge now, in the shade of some trees for a while. Oh, hang on, there's a caravan. Start again. Heading down into the gorge now. A little bit of shade from the trees. Up on the plateau, hardly any trees at all, which is, you know, nice, not too warm, it's a nice breeze. And yeah, a couple of miles left to go, 3 or so maybe, and then I'll be there, and we'll get to see the hustle and bustle of market day in Saint-Antonin. Very different to yesterday. I mean, there were people about yesterday, lots of cars parked, but nothing like it'll be today. So keep heading down this hill and we'll see what we see. Just arrived in Saint-Antonin. There's the sign to prove it. So we're gonna run down into the town and head out to the other side, to the river, which is where everyone parked for the market. I'm glad I made it. Not too bad. Legs are a bit tired, obviously, after yesterday. Feet are a bit sore. It's all good. Feeling not too bad. So, on into the town and get ourselves to the car park. Onward. Madness. Cars, people, dogs, motorbikes. This is market day in Saint-Antonin. And behind me is the family. lady was waving at me out of her van, but she didn't know I'm actually filming me, not her. Anyway, see if I can get to the car park before they do. Unlikely, I know. We'll give it a go. Are they there yet? Have they appeared yet? There they are. Oh. Okay, off to the car park. Morning. Wednesday, 7:45 in the morning. The weather has turned as forecast. It's all wet and grey. It's raining overnight. It's a lot colder. A lot colder. So we're back at it. Should have gone out yesterday, but I was too lazy. So here I am today. Getting it done. Through the trees. Listening to the birds. Oh, they're probably not even looking at me. Listening to the birds. Hoping to get back for breakfast. Onward. Hey, at a turning point, and can you see the cross at the crossroads? You get a lot of that around here. A lot of junctions have a crucifix at them. I actually don't know why, so dear viewer, if you know, please let me know. But it's something that you see a lot here in southwest France. Obviously a religious thing, but I don't know why they do it. Oh, I upset some coos. Some young coos. Anyway, I don't know how far are we? About halfway. Good way to start your morning. I've made some friends. They want to come with me. Look at them. They were following me. They stopped now. Not interested, I've gone too far. Well, actually there's a string there, so they're not too stupid. Yet more tiny strings keeping cows in fields. Thursday morning, and it's a bit misty today. A bit damp, as you can see. Hopefully over my arm. Same route as yesterday, except backwards, just for a bit of variety. Oh, let's just get it done. It's my chums from yesterday. Not following me today though. Too misty, I guess. I'm not as exciting anymore. Good morning again. Friday, and I'm out on the road again. Last run of this trip. Bit of a shame really, because, well, one, it's a shame that I'm going back home, but two, I'll be driving over the weekend, so I'll not be able to get a long run in this weekend. And this weekend really was the peak before tapering off. So I might have to dice with it a little bit and do the long run the weekend after. That only gives me a week or two to taper off before the main event, so that could be a bit dicey. But anyway, wet again, misty. It's generally been kind of drying up towards the afternoon and evening, but then overnight it's wet and you wake up to this mist. But we are quite high up here, so you can't guarantee the weather. We're still too far north for that. But that's enough of that. get back to the house, have my breakfast, put in a day's work, and then tomorrow we pack up and begin our 1,000-mile drive north. Can't wait. Onward.